This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hey everybody, it's your old pal Rob. Now listen, I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm not a big Euro guy. Alright, you know that from all the games, dungeon crawls, miniatures, sci-fi, all that stuff. But I do like some Euro games, and some of them I do have in my collection because they mean something to me and I have a lot of fun playing them. But I'm not going to run out and buy every Euro game. So when Osprey Games sent me this game to take a look at, I'm going to be honest with you. I was kind of, okay, well, I'll do it because, they're good to me, and let's face it, my relationship with Osprey as far as getting Frostgrave, Oath, and all those other wonderful book games, as well as Wildlands, which I absolutely love. I said, okay, I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to give it a go. Well, I got sent this game, Merv, the Heart of the Silk Road, and it has a historic value to it. It's not some game that's about some imaginary land. This was a city that was pretty much at the center of the East and the West, and it was taken over so many times throughout history by different cultures, but always attacked by the Mongols. Okay, figure that out. And when I opened this up and I started reading, and then I started playing, because it has a 2 to 4 player game, which is glorious, but the solo game was even better and more intriguing, which was really good. It's called The Corrupt Magistrate. Sorry, I'm deaf in one ear and I can't pronounce things that well. But we're going to go down and take a look at this, and I'm going to let you know if this game's going to stay in my collection or not. We're going to really talk about this because this is really something that caught my eye. So let's go down the table. I'm not going to explain all the rules, but I'm going to give you a brief overview. So as you see, this is an absolutely beautiful board. I'm not going to explain everything that's going on here, but I'm going to try to just give you a brief overview of how this kind of works and what's so interesting about it. These tiles here, okay, you're going to randomly put these out, and of course you're going to decide which side of this centerpiece that you're going to use. Okay, this is broken down into a couple things. There's a resource, and up here, as you can see, if you land on this, you can take a scroll action. Sorry, I have a tough time hearing myself talk, but you're going to be able to do that if you land on this piece. Now, how does that work? Okay, as you can see, our meeples, our oversized meeples, are here, and they can choose any one of these roads. Now, these houses are normally here, but I want them here for the purpose of us learning a few things here. Say, for instance, I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to decide, I'm going to get to choose whatever I want in this particular role. I can either decide to get an orange resource, a teal resource, a purple resource, or a white resource, which basically gives you any of the colors that you want. Well, geez, I don't know what I want. Maybe I'll come over here and go, yeah, I'm going to come here, and I'm going to take this one because I want the white cube, and I want to take a scroll action. Now, once I do that, I'm going to claim that for that particular period, and then my opponent is also going to come over and claim it as well. We're going to put one of our houses, and they're going to pick one as well. Okay, and maybe they just want to go here, which is fine. Then they take that, and they would get an orange resource, and they would be able to do the mosque, which is right here, the mosque action, which you're going to be able to get different types of powers as you move up here. So as you move up and claim more things, you can actually take these and add to a certain area. Say you claim this area right here. Well, now not only are you going to get one of those, you'll get one of these as well if you land on it. The funny thing about it, though, is that your opponent can also utilize that. So if the blue player landed on The red house, well, guess what? They would get double that, but also you would get double that. But if you had other houses, particularly if they were all in a row here, okay, the blue player would get all three of these. You would only get that. So you got to be careful on how you do things, because your opponent can also utilize your resources. Now, that's not the only problem that you kind of have here. All right, because and as you can see, this is done in 3 years. Okay. And as I said, in order to complete a year, you're going to go around from each section, and you're going to go this way and this way and this way and this way, laying out and claiming resource sites, or claiming just resources. Okay, so once you come all the way around, a year is ended. You're also going to have to protect, and you're going to be doing all these particular things, and you know, maybe you're going to want to build some walls, because you're going to want to protect yourselves from the Mongols. So what does that mean? Well, in year 2, they're going to come through, and anything that's not protected by a wall or a soldier. So as you can see, there's this little thing here. You could protect something with a soldier. They're going to wipe out and destroy. Okay, so this entire row would get smacked, and another row would get smacked. Through the turn, you've got to try to decide where you want to put your resources and how you want to protect it. Do I want to just get a soldier down there and concentrate more on victory points and stuff like that? Or do I want to protect as much as I can by building walls to protect my resources so I can take from them going ahead? When you land on a mosque space, you're going to be able to attribute and get all kinds of different availabilities as you can climb up the ladder of the mosque. Scrolls, they're going to give you different types of contracts that you're going to get. So doing all this you're going to have your choose your action slot. You're going to have your build site. Then you're going to generate whatever resources. And then you're going to build things, and then you're going to perform actions, okay? Deploying soldiers, like we talked about, but there's also a thing called gaining favor, okay? And as you gain favor, you're going to also be moving up this track. Why? Because you're going to be wanting to get different types of spices. At first, you're only going to be able to get one type of spice. So you're going to pick a type of spice, and that's going to be the spice that you're going to get. But you want to move this up to get to 4. Why? Because you're going to be coming over here and trying to purchase and grab these different types of spice. The thing is, with the cost of the spice, you are going to be trying to make sets. And the more sets that you make of each type of spice, the more victory points that you're going to be able to get. And spice is going to do a lot of things for you, folks. It's going to help you out. So there's a lot of things going on in this game. And of course, I didn't explain half of it. You know, the caravan and how all the spices work and so forth and so on. But just trying to attribute and get all these different things just makes for a fascinating and absolutely wonderful experience. The Mongols coming in on year 2 and 3 make things really, really rough, and you have to have a certain type of balance while you're trying to enrich yourself and create resources, and of course gain power and goods and commit fulfill contracts. An absolutely fascinating game, and with the different tiles in the city, it's never the same. It's never the same game. It really is quite an experience, and you're going to want to check out the solo experience, which I think I'm going to do live here, so I'm not going to go over it, but the Corrupt Magistrate is absolutely fantastic as a solo. You actually have a dummy player that is making things tough for you as you are trying to win, and it's just it really adds. You get 2 different types of games here. You get a 2-player game that's fantastic, and of course the 3 and 4 player is just majestic. And I can't speak enough of this fantastic and beautiful experience for something that really isn't in my wheelhouse. I am just blown away by this. So let's go up top and get my final thoughts. I love this. I absolutely am fascinated and love this game. I'm not saying it because Osprey sent this game to me. I'm telling you what I honestly feel. And I'm not a Euro guy. I'm not a big Euro guy. But there was something fascinating about this and how you went around with your bigger meeple and you claimed everything, and then you had to protect it. Okay, your soldiers only last a certain amount of time. Trying to get those walls up, trying to get your resources where you're building and getting victory points, but also protecting areas so you can continue to get those resources in, because you know it's a 3-year plan, and then when the Mongols come, they're taking some stuff out, bro. They are ravaging, and in real history that is what happened in this game, and that's why it's so fascinating. Then trying to get favor so you can get more spices, so you're able to harvest more different types of spices. That I was blown away by what this game does and the randomness of the game, because it's never in the, you know, the city isn't built the same way every single time, and you know, being able to use somebody else's resources, but you know, you got to think in your head, well, they're going to be able to get this, and if it's an upgraded part of the city, you know, that you're really going to want to protect, you know, they're going to get those resources if you need them as well. The library was fascinating. There were just so many different things that just really just sucked me into this game. I was really just pulled in by it. And if you're not a Euro gamer, and you know, I keep on looking over at the board because I just can't take my eyes off it. Number one, I think it's a very beautiful game. There's a lot going on, but the things that are going on are just so interesting and so different and so unique. This is a fantastic game. This isn't going anywhere. This is one of those Euro games that I am keeping and I am not getting rid of. Congratulations to Osprey for putting out another great game. You know, I love Wildlands, and I love all the things that they do. We don't talk a lot about Osprey. We should start putting them into our radar, because let me tell you something. This is a fantastic company, Osprey Games, that are making some fantastic things. And not only that, Osprey Publishing, the way they knock things out with all the rules and stuff. I'm not saying it because they send it to me. I'm telling you because I'm making you aware that you really need to really check this out. This is something special. I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. I've never steered you wrong before. All right, this isn't a big sell job. This is just me telling you something. Now, I didn't go over the solo rules, but the reason I didn't do that is I'm actually thinking of playing this live on the channel. Yes, a Euro game on Rob's Tabletop World, okay, where we do painting and miniatures and stuff like that. No, I really think this is something that you need to see live and see how fascinating this wonderful game is. If you have the opportunity to take a look at it, there's other videos out there, I'm sure. Matter of fact, I think Ricky Royal did one, and if anybody's great, go check out my boy Ricky Royal, who will steer you in the right direction. You'll see that I bet you 10 to 1 he feels the same way I feel. This is very unique and very special. So go check it out. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.